What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Good to have you here on this lovely Monday night. It is 7 p.m. PT, June 19th, 2023, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm excited to finally get back to Star Wars after a couple of weeks away. Mr. Rival Bishop had a killer migraine last week, and it just didn't seem right to make the man sit at his computer with that kind of ailment. So we didn't play. We let that man rest. He says he's good to go tonight, so we are all good to go to play, which is beautiful and exciting. Yeah, it's Star Wars Shattered Frontiers episode 12. Last session was fucking wild. The best session we've had yet. And we'll recap that in a little bit, though. And yeah, good to see y'all here. What's up, chat? What's up, dudes? Let me refresh my chat. There we go. What's up, Hulk? Good to see you. What's up, Tadpole? All right, let's jump in and say hi to the boys and see how the boys are doing. What's up, boys? Sup, boys? Sup,
Howdy.
boys?
Hello.
What's going on? How are you?
Nothing.
Chilling.
What's really good with you? This man knows. He knows the old memes. Check this out. This is what I got for Father's Day. A whiskey glass with a D20 in it. Isn't that cool?
Whoa.
And then a nice brunch too, but I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
Whoa. Sweet.
Awesome.
Wait, show it again.
Sorry.
Where'd it go?
It's like in the glass.
Oh, cool.
Melted
John
in the
20.
glass. It's pretty cool. Gentlemen, it's been a couple of weeks. I'm very excited to play, especially after episode 11. It was a doozy in a good way. It was fucking great. So much happened. But before we get to that, Morton Salt, how are you, sir?
All right, man. You know, living the dream.
Okay.
How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I started going back to the gym this morning at 7 a.m. and I'm glad I'm back on the horse. I took like 5 or 6 weeks away from the gym like an idiot, just being lazy because I started smoking weed again and drinking a lot and stupid. And I don't know, it feels good. It feels good to go back. It sucks getting up at 6:30 in the morning to get ready to go, but it mentally helps me a lot. And it just, I don't know, it's good. I'm glad I'm forcing myself to go. Exactly. But beyond that, job hunting, hanging out with the baby, chilling, you know, same shit. Waiting for Dark and Darker as always. Doing the Dark and Darker podcast, The Darkest Hour. Huffing that hopium. That's it. That's my life, dude. People visit sometimes, so I go to the strip occasionally. So that's cool. But beyond that, nothing else. Nothing else. Rival, how are you? Are you okay? What's going on?
Hello. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm okay today-ish. End of the school year happened, so just closing up shop.
Wait, what do you do in the summer?
We do our summer camp, during it's like full day program. So we go from like 4-hour days with like the kids to like 11-hour days with the kids.
Do you get more money?
I work longer shifts.
You get more money though, right?
I work longer shifts.
Yeah, so he gets more
Yeah.
more hours.
I don't
which
know
means
if
he
you're
gets
hourly
more
or
money.
salary though.
I'm hourly.
Yeah, that's
right
my
now.
question. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I get more money.
Okay, good.
I have like over 200 hours in PTO that I'm trying to use slowly.
Well, when you want to take a chunk of that, we got to get your ass to Vegas. I'm ready for the Vegas trip with the boys. It's a secret. I don't think Eric's wife is going to watch this, so I can say it. Eric wants to visit mid-September. And if we could
Beginning of the school year.
Damn it.
Crazy.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. Anyway,
we can figure it out.
Yeah,
We
I
can
would
figure
love
it
to
out.
have Crit City visit. That'd be so awesome. I'm still dreaming of that day. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Mr. Sticks, how are you, sir?
I'm tired. I'm tired. Work a lot. And I'm tired. But yeah, it's going all right. We're
Too
doing our
tired to
thing.
play? Should we quit?
No, fuck you.
Fair enough.
I ain't no quitter.
Good. It's the spirit I want to see in a Sith. Mr. Zarian, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Been really, really busy these last couple of weeks, so I'm hoping that this week and next will start to slow down a little bit.
Well, I hope the load lessens. Because that sounds... Honestly, being busy sounds great. I'm jealous.
Oh,
I wish I had something to work on. I mean, that's why I like doing this, and I like doing the darkest hour, and going to the gym. Like, I need a task. Humans are weird like that, right?
purpose. Gotta have some purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Well, I'm happy you guys are all here. I missed you boys, and I'm ready to fucking rock it. Stoshko in chat says, "Is this the place where D&D nerds meet dad nerds and we wait for our games together?" Absolutely. Sir.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
You nailed
well
it.
said. Well said. And I guess it was my partner anniversary, which is crazy. I think what, like 10 years, some crazy shit like that. 9 or 10 years. Pretty wild.
So when are you getting your fat kick contract? LOL. JK.
Did you guys see that Kick is offering this thing? It's $16 an hour, 4 hours a day, but you have to stream with your face cam on at all times, and it's 30 days a month. 30 days a month, 4 hours a day, $16 an hour, face cam on at all times. 30 days a month? I'm sorry, but that is a predatory, fucked up contract.
16 an hour, yikes.
16.
There's people doing that anyway.
I know. Well, I don't think people are streaming 30 days a month, are they?
That's only $2,000 a month. That's pathetic. Like,
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't think it's a great initial contract at all. I think requiring that you stream for 30 days a month or else you don't get any money unless whatever your subs are is, I think it's fucked up.
yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
think
like an
that's
all or
wrong.
nothing.
It's an all or nothing. Yeah.
Mm.
Better than McDonald's? I don't think it's better than McDonald's, Stashko, because at least you like get a day off once in a while, you know?
You get two.
Yeah.
McDonald's,
Target out
yeah.
here starts at 22 an hour.
I'm just saying,
Target.
if it was 21 days or 22 days a month, then I would be like, fuck yeah, make it 6 hours. But
Or make it like X days a month or X hours, you know? So you can
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
do it
the
how
other.
you want. But
What
that's
about
weird.
February? What
Uh-huh.
about fucking February? It's 28 days.
Well,
Maybe it has its
they're
own
also-
contract.
They're also, predatory in general. They're owned by a fucking gambling company. I mean, Jesus.
Exactly.
It's literally there to get people to gamble. That is the whole point of that platform.
That is correct.
There's no other point.
Yep.
So, fuck them. Fuck
I know.
anybody who signs
I know
up with
people are
them.
saying
You're all
it's
morons.
only a 4-hour shift. Come on, that's nothing. But it is something though. It's 4 hours of your day. And what if you want to go see your grandma and she lives, a state
3
over?
hours away.
Right. What if you want to go away for a
vacation.
couple of days? Exactly. What if
Yeah.
you have another job and you have to work really long hours over a weekend at the restaurant you work at, and you don't have the time to stream, a couple of 4-hour shifts that weekend? So you're just going to lose out on all that money for the entire month.
I mean, I just gotta say that, like, when I gave streaming a shot, I was doing 6 hours from 9 to 3, and then I would go wait tables from like 5 to 10. So like, yeah, I did that before. It's not my favorite, but it is what it is. It's what you got to do.
I mean, if people say, yes, I want to do this, I think this is okay for me, then by all means, great. Doesn't mean it's not predatory, though.
But $16 an hour is 25 cents over minimum wage in my state.
Yeah.
So that's kind of bullshit.
I just think the 30
Now,
days.
if they were like $30 an hour, 4 days a week, then we have a conversation, because that's like way above the normal minimum wage.
Here's my question: is that just like the new basic though, like basic income for like people like that just don't want to get like an actual job? They're just like, this will be enough for me to live on. Fuck it.
I guess maybe.
Because I mean, then if it was $30 an hour, you're looking at $3,600 a month, which
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
then you're making like 43 grand a year before taxes, just off of 4 hours a day. But still, no days off. That's fucking bullshit to me.
I
It's
want to
pretty
see the whole
crazy.
contract. Like, do you have to be in your face? Like, do you
Face
have to
cam
be in
has
the
to
face
be
cam
on.
and stuff?
Face cam, yep, you have to be on
Like,
camera.
do you have to be actively engaging and shit? Like, I wonder.
I don't know if you have to talk, but your face has to be showing on camera 4 hours a day, 30 days a month to qualify to get these $16 an hour payment.
Yeah, that's
you
horrible
cannot
deal.
sleep. You cannot sleep.
That's some wage slave shit.
And if you leave cam or turn cam off, those minutes and hours do not count. People were talking about it
Like
a couple
bathroom
days
breaks
ago.
and stuff? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I just it is predatory. I'm sorry, but it is. I know that it seems like some people are like, oh my god, I can get paid to stream. What a good deal! Like, it's kind of a good deal,
$2,000
but
a month.
yeah,
Like, it's not good. Like,
I don't know if it has to be continuous, but you have to be on face cam for 4 hours in a 24-hour period, 30 days a month. So if you want to like take your cam off or go take a shit or like take a break, you got to
factor
show
that
face.
in.
You got to factor it in. Exactly. When you start really thinking about it, it's pretty hefty. It's pretty hefty. And people don't realize how tiring and mentally draining it is to be on camera, showing your face, trying to build a stream. It's whenever your time and effort does not get rewarded with money or viewers, that's how people burn out. That's when people say streaming is the hardest job ever. I'm depressed. Well, that's because you're putting all this fucking time and effort and having a first date with the internet every day and you're not making any money. XQC, fucking Lyric, all these fucking huge streamers who stream every day and make millions of dollars, they rarely complain. Why? Because their time and effort is being rewarded monetarily.
Yeah.
You don't ever hear about their fucking mental anguish because they're fucking rich.
I mean, every now and again, they're like, I'm taking a week off or something.
Sure. I mean, that's any human with any job, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you see tons of like little streamers are like, oh man, this is so hard. You don't understand how hard streaming is. Well, that's because you have fucking 50 viewers and you make $1,000 a month.
All right.
Of course it's hard. Yeah.
Here's my hot super left take. I think you should get $2,000 a month for not doing anything because America's fucked right now.
We do need UBI. Yeah.
Yeah.
In some form.
Really bad because automation's about to fuck people super hard.
I mean,
you think
fucking is already happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like
this inflation shit is just to pay for like Ukraine and shit. It's just it's fake tax.
Let me tell you how fucked it is. Everybody who uses a credit card, your interest rates are now 24 to 30%. Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah.
Like that shit, if you don't pay your credit card off 1 month, you're fucked. Like you can't catch up. You only put $1,000 on that thing and don't pay it off. That's another $300 they're slapping onto you. You know, that's
America.
Oof, man.
America. Fuck no. God damn it. We're all gonna die. It sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
It makes me sad.
It's really bad right now. So, good luck out there, everybody.
Laysai. Okay.
Yep. We'll see when the new French Revolution happens, but I don't know. Probably won't be in my lifetime.
The new one.
I mean, in my opinion, it's inevitable. Like, if you keep pushing people to the point where they can't survive, they're just gonna kill you. Like, they're gonna fight for their lives. You know, it happened in the 1800s. Probably will happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like rich and powerful people don't read history books or learn from the past. They just think they're going to be the generation that gets away with it, and their rich kids maybe will be the ones to get their heads chopped off. So fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. The baby
Yeah.
boomers might get away with it because they're all dying anyway.
Mhm.
Like within the next 10 years.
I think they have
But the
gotten away
people
with
who
it.
inherit that wealth are the people who are gonna fucking get torn apart by the poor masses. Those are the people who
It's
are gonna be like,
almost
you
it's
didn't
almost a
earn it, fuck
guarantee.
you.
This is
Yeah.
how history always goes,
Mhm.
has always went, and will probably continue to go.
Yeah, it happens pretty much every century.
Especially
Like,
if you
on the dot.
if the government doesn't figure out how to take guns away from people in America. America is an armed society, and eventually those arms can be utilized. I mean, look at the Constitution. The right to
Right to
rise
bear-
up and bear
Yep.
arms to overthrow a tyrannical government is baked into the fucking contract, right?
Yeah, it's baked into the Declaration and
Yeah.
into the Constitution. And the thing is, so what you're saying is the right to bear arms will come to bear on the country? Yeah, no, I know. Kind of interesting though, because I feel like, there's an argument to be made that it's like, okay, well, your little pea shooter against their tanks isn't going to do too much because,
Fucking
whatever.
drones.
But
Dude, fucking a
what I'm
guy in
saying
a
is there are
Viking
poor
helmet
people.
fucking
Yeah.
stormed the Capitol, right?
Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware of that, but my point is that like, what I'm actually getting at with that comment is that there are poor people in the military too.
Oh,
I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
throw that out there. I'm not gonna say anything
there are,
else.
like,
that's
I'll let
most of
your
the
mind-
military. Most of
There
the
are only
military
poor
is
people in
poor.
the military.
That's what
I
I'm
knew
saying.
I knew
So,
a few
like,
rich kids. I knew a few rich kids that just wanted to like say fuck you to their rich dad or mom, or they
or
wanted
got
some
sent there
adventure,
by their rich dad or rich mom. They were given
or
an
they had
ultimatum.
they had like a legacy of family who were officers or some shit, but they were too dumb to be an officer, so they were fucking loading missiles like the rest of us flight line monkeys. There was several rich people that I met. Not a lot. Not a lot. Don't get me wrong. It was less than 5% of the people I met, but there was definitely a few guys that I was stationed with that had millionaire parents for sure. But anyway, we're here to talk and play Star Wars. So
That's true.
let's switch gears. Let's
Let's
recap.
make our fortune in a galaxy far, far away if I can't do it in real life.
Exactly. So to recap episode 11, you guys found out that Otis the Hutt on his prison vessel, the Last Laugh, had come back to Onderon. It was actually out near Duxon, a moon of Onderon. And you guys, the crew, saw their opportunity to enact a plan to go out there and try to finally take down Otis the Hutt and squash the Hutt gang bullshit that has been plaguing Isis and Onderon. So you guys decided to, instead of blasting your way on board or trying to take on a massive prison vessel outfitted with a bunch of laser cannons and crazy weaponry, that you would instead take the cute little shuttle out at the little landing pad in the jungle and try to sneak your way on board or charm your way on board. And that's exactly what you guys did. You took the shuttle. Laz Fluid, our new character who had just joined, Morton Salt's new character, our nice little smuggler, roguish pilot, the Deveronian Laz. He flew you guys on the shuttle to the ship. He was able to sort of lie his way on board, and he was able to dock with the Last Laugh. You guys then boarded the prison vessel. You connected with Otis's right-hand man and Captain Jeed, an Arconian, and he sort of just believed that you guys were working for, God, what the hell is that gangster guy's name? Kenak. Kenak was the sort of the ringleader on planet working for Otis. He believed that you guys had been hired by Kenak, and you guys pretty much explained that Otis needed to race back to help your crew fix what Kenak and his crew had failed to do, which is secure Isis for the Hutts. And after speaking with Jeed and explaining how Kenak had failed and the other gangsters, he basically said, Otis wants to talk to you. I hope your story's straight. show respect, head downstairs. So you guys went to the prison level of the ship, the bottom deck, and you saw civilian prisoners behind bars. You saw gang members down there sort of hanging out, and a giant MSI series security droid, the very same one that what the hell was that guy's name? Tox Amib, the Nemoidian, had sold to Otis's gang, and that was the Nemoidian that Schnez was trying to track down to collect a bounty on. So you guys see that big droid? It's menacing, scary looking, big beefy guns, and behind it, a door opens and Otis the Hutt comes slithering out, and he is a terrible Hutt. The Hutt with 1,000 voices. Oops, I could not keep his voice straight. My apologies. But he made his debut finally, and he was despicable. He was absolutely terrible, awful creature. And you essentially witnessed him kill a prisoner in front of you, commanded that your group kill another prisoner. He essentially was having you all bend to his will. He put his nasty, slimy Hutt hand on Gideon's shoulder. He said once he found out that Nazar was force sensitive that he would be a fine servant to Otis and the Hutts. And none of this went over very well with anyone on the crew, though Schnez remained pretty quiet throughout this back and forth. Eventually, though, Laz was able to put a restraining bolt in a very sneaky manner on the MSI security droid, take control of it, and when the moment was right, the crew attacked Otis and the gangsters on the prison vessel. After a volley of blaster bolts, and after a quick battle, Otis had his arm chopped off, retreated to the back of the ship. His arm cut off, by the way, by Gideon, which was great. The same arm that touched his shoulder that Gideon did not like. And Otis was killed. And a couple of prisoners were released. The two surviving prisoners were released from their cells. A human named Howie and a Gran named Gurin. And they introduced themselves to the crew. The crew offered to take them off of the last laugh with them in their shuttle. And before they left, though, Gideon was able to, using the severed hand, open up Otis's safe where there was 20,000 credits. There was a couple of cool blasters. And Laz was able to command the security droid to shoot the engines out and destroy the ship 5 minutes after they left. And as they were about to leave, one of the final things that Schnez did was sneak a lockpick to Jeed, who was locked up in a cell down below. And he said, if you can get out of here, make contact with Bropa, you owe him. And Schnez was able to sneak off. Well, they got on the shuttle, they flew away, and there was a pilot droid in the cockpit that was folded up in security mode that was missed, though Gideon did check every nook and cranny on the ship before leaving. The droid was missed. And as they took off, they started getting fired upon by the last laugh. And this little shuttle, there was no way in hell it was going to be able to take on the last laugh. They were moments away from death. But Jeed used that lockpick, got to the cockpit, and over comms, where only Laz and his co-pilot Schnez could hear, essentially Jeed said, look, Kubaz, man, I'm willing to work for Bropa. I will shoot you down, though. You need to come back here immediately and surrender. But yes, I will serve Bropa. Take me to him. Laz heard that. It was an awkward situation between him and Schnez as they looked at each other, and Laz was kind of shocked. And as they surrendered and started flying back to the last laugh, that MSI security droid did its job, destroyed the engines. There was a chain reaction, and the ship, it blew to smithereens, and they flew right through the rubble as they were racing back to the ship. And that is how we ended episode 11. Did I miss anything?
I think you got pretty much everything. I got they dropped some cool weapons.
Yeah.
Not important, but yeah, no.
Yep. Cool. All right. So we will now start session 12 of Star Wars Shattered Frontiers. And as we start the session, you guys are flying through the debris. It is pretty turbulent. And Howie runs up, holding on to the side of the wall, almost bumps into Nazar. He gets up close to Shnez and he says, "What the hell is going on? Why would he turn back and what the hell happened?" And he looks at Shnez and Laz.
It looks like they had a secret droid somewhere that let the that idiot out of its cell, and they started shooting on us and demanding that we turn back. But I had rigged something to blow, and so I had to keep up, appearances until it blew.
Well, I'll be. You're one smart Deveronian. Well
Always have a
done.
backup plan. Thank you, thank you.
Well done.
Shnaz just kind of nods as Laz is telling the recap of what happened.
What a formidable group we have here. I guess we're in safe hands. And he looks over at Gurren the Grand and gives him a nod and a smile. And he goes back and sits down. And Gurren, once again, he says, "Well done, gentlemen. Well done." And just kind of nods and holds on as the turbulence sort of subsides and you guys start to head back toward Onderon. Does anyone have anything to say? Any RP? It's going to be not a super long flight, but you guys do have a little bit of time.
I'm like
on the ship.
like privately, if there's like a channel for just the pilot and co-pilot,
Definitely is. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a talk later. All right. Just aiming that at Shnez.
Shnez looks over at Laz. I appreciate that. And yes, we will.
And then Laz will go like shipwide and just say, everybody, just should be safe to move around the cabin. But if there's any turbulence, please sit down and buckle up. This is a piece of shit we're flying, and we might die if something randomly hits us. So just that's all I got to say. And I turn off the comms and continue to fly.
Yeah. Gurren looks a little nervous when you say that, but he just kind of gulps and just doesn't say anything. And Howie just kind of smirks, kind of kicks back. He seems very relaxed, kind of puts his hands behind his head and kicks his feet up and sits in these crates and just kind of observes. Do you guys have any sort of conversation, or is it kind of quiet as you guys reflect on what happened as you fly back?
Gideon is currently meditating.
Yeah, Nazar is kind of doing the same. Though it probably looks like I'm taking a nap.
All right.
I would
So
say after. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I guess if it's like if these two, like Nazar and Gideon seem like out of focus and nobody else is paying attention, I'll switch back to that comm, and I'll be like, "Well, if we're quiet, we could probably talk right now."
And before you guys do, which is great, let's roll for Destiny. And while we're doing that, please explain quickly, go down the line what you guys spent your XP on 2 weeks ago, because with that kick conversation, I totally got sidetracked and missed that. My apologies.
I banked.
What the fuck? Looks like your session has expired. Please exit the game and log back in.
Hmm?
Give me a second shot. Fuck you, roll 20. Fucking cunt.
Well,
Awesome.
I spent 10 XP on rank 2 in perception and banked the remaining 10 that I had.
All right. Wonderful.
I spent 15 XP. I spent 5 on a grit talent, and I spent 10 on a grit talent. So I have 18 grit now.
That's
Or
pretty damn
strength,
good.
sorry.
That is
18
very,
strength.
very good.
I
Okay.
That's
I
good,
banked
dude.
5.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is really good. I banked 5 and I upped Skullduggery by a point.
Ooh,
So I
okay.
have 2 in Skullduggery.
Nice. 1 second, chat.
Yeah, I banked mine. I said earlier.
Great. All right, go ahead and roll for Destiny, fellas.
We may need to restart the API.
Ugh. Hold on, chat.
I mean, while we're waiting for that, we could RP, I guess, if you wanted.
Give me a second. 1 second,
Alright.
it's almost done.
I was just looking at that big vibro axe hit from Gideon at the end of the last rolls.
All right, that's a spooky hit.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. That's reasons you don't anger him. He killed a hut in like 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, for fuck's sake, let's see if it works.
Yep.
Okay, one more.
Mr. Gideon.
Well done. Okay. 3 light, 2 dark. Good stuff. Solid for you guys. Solid.
Hey, who won?
Me.
Rival.
Oh, you're nice. Good. All right, nice.
You get that free Destiny point. All right, now you guys can have your conversation. Sorry about that. Game on.
No worries. All right. So Lars will say, so do you want to start or should I? I guess.
Schnez just kind of looks over. He's like, "Is that just on my comms or?"
Yeah. This is just on the. I switched it so it's just me and you. Whoever's in the co-pilot, whoever's in the pilot. We have our own. We have our own channel here.
Got it. So, I mean, we're in pretty close proximity to Gideon and Azar. In a normal conversation setting, would they be able to hear? Selma?
I'm trying to think. I mean, it's not like this is like a loud commercial flight, right? Like this is a contained spacefaring vessel. It's not super loud inside. If you guys are kind of whispering, I guess you could do that. It might seem a little odd if you guys are whispering to each other. You would have to really keep your voice down low, but if Shinez and Gideon wanted to kind of strain to listen, they probably could.
Well, we can continue to do pre-flight checks, but we're already in flight, so maybe that waits till later?
Cappy. All right. Yeah, I'm stuck looking out of this tiny viewer here. Anything that's going on behind me, I just I don't know. So,
Understood.
but
Let
yeah,
me go see if I can get some information out of these 2 prisoners that we have on board. Make sure we don't get into any trouble as we go back to Underrun.
Laz will put it on like, like it looks like we're good for like a second. I'll turn around and I'll put like 2 blaster pistols on like Schnez's lap. If they sound like they're good and you deem them all right, give them something to shoot with just in case. If they don't seem that way, obviously don't arm them. But up to you. And I'll swivel
Schnez,
back around.
he'll take the 2 blasters and kind of put them into his belt for the moment. And then he'll stand up and go back and approach probably Howie first.
Howie sitting there and he just kind of watches you, and as you walk up, he says, "What can I do for you?"
So, addressing both Gurren and Howie, Schnez, but looking at Howie, Schnez will say,
So, what did you 2 do to cross that hut?
Well, I didn't cross him in particular. People that worked for him. I guess I took the wrong job. I guess people could call me a smuggler of sorts. And, well, I guess I let my guard down, and suddenly I didn't have a ship anymore. I was in shackles, and I was being blown to a prison vessel in some dark recess of space. I've been in that cell for about a month. I think Gurn here's been in longer. He was there when I got here. Gurn nods and he says, yes, I've been there for several months, actually. I'm sure there are people looking for me. In fact, I thought maybe you would come to rescue me, but maybe not, apparently. But I was doing business on behalf of the Republic in neutral space and, well, ran into the wrong people. They didn't like that I was undermining what the Huttese Empire could accomplish, and, well, I ended up in a cell, just like Howie.
Sounds terrible. It must have been horrible to watch them kill those other prisoners.
Howie says, well, we probably witnessed dozen and a half murders. At least that's what I witnessed just in the last few weeks. Mostly innocents, young men, women, children. And honestly, they didn't do anything. I think that Otis, I think he just enjoyed torturing him. The screams I'd hear, I was just happy I had a corner cell so I could stare at the wall and try not to listen. Unfortunately for you, Gurn, you had to sit by the entranceway. You saw every single scared face get dragged through. Gurn just looks uncomfortable, and he just nods and says, let's just say I'm happy to be off for the last laugh. And I can't wait to forget about what I witnessed there, though it will be quite difficult to accomplish that.
Yes, they say that time heals all, but sometimes seeing and witnessing things that horrible stay with you. Well, gentlemen, we are headed to Onderon, and we can drop you off there.
Looks over at Howie.
I don't know where your ship would be at this point, but we can give you a starting point to go back and find those things.
Well, I have a nice enough network. Maybe they can help me. And that ship was junk anyway. It was time to get something new. I should be all right. In fact, Onderon's a great place to go. The jewel of neutral space, right? I'm happy we're going there. Gurn actually is kind of excited when you say Onderon as well, and he was like, he says, Onderon. I wouldn't call it a jewel, but I've conducted business there before, and yes, that's a suitable place. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for taking us with you, offering us a ride there.
Well, we have contacts that can give you potentially a place to sleep once we arrive. If you don't mind hanging out with a couple of old Mandalorians.
And Schnez very particularly watches their reactions in both of those situations.
Howie, he just smiles and he says, well, a real bed sounds nice to me. I don't care who owns them. And Gurren kind of cocks his head a little bit and he says, Mandalorians, you say? On Isis. What do you know about those gentlemen?
Not much.
They
We've-
don't. They don't
oh,
serve Gale Cause, do they? He's
I couldn't.
the emperor of the Mandalorian Empire. You guys would also you guys would know that, just like Americans know who Putin is, as you guys said earlier in Discord. It is pretty much general knowledge that the name Gorgas the Hutt is the emperor of the Huttese Empire, and that a man named Gale Cause is the Mandalorian who is the emperor of the Mandos. You guys don't know what they look like. You don't really know much else, but the common man and woman would sort of know who the most powerful people in the galaxy are that aren't trying to hide themselves, right? So you would at least know the name.
So Shnez will look back at Gurren.
I don't get the impression that they're active members by any means, but they've been kind enough to help share some shelter with us over the last few weeks. Otherwise, don't interact too much with them.
Well, that's good news. Good news. The Mandalorian Empire is. He kind of makes a face and says, they're a brutal empire. Many Mandalorians are not happy with their rule, the current rule, I must say, and they miss the old guard. If these gentlemen, ladies, whoever they are, don't serve Gale Cause, then, well, I'm willing to be their friend.
Yes, more of just a standard inn than anything.
Ah, lovely.
But a place to sleep and a much needed improvement over your previous accommodations.
And then Howie says, and please tell me, they got some good grub. We haven't had a real meal in a while.
Shnez kind of lights up in this moment.
Oh, yes. At the Central Market, there is a wonderful bug vendor. I will introduce you when we arrive.
Howie just kind of blinks and he's like, well, all right. Gurn says, depending on what they offer, it doesn't sound half bad. Gives you a smile.
So Shnez will kind of nod at both of them.
Well, gentlemen, if you need anything, let me know. I'm going to go back and assist on the piloting.
And goes back up into the cockpit seat.
All right. And was everyone else listening to that conversation? You guys all heard that?
Yes.
Could I hear it from up? 'Cause I'm
Sure.
furthest
Yeah. I
away.
mean, you're like 7 feet away, 8 feet away. This shuttle's fucking tiny. And like I said, it's quiet inside the shuttle. It's not like you guys are on like a 747 flying across the country where it's loud as shit. Like it's a contained, quiet ship. So everyone could hear that conversation. If you were trying to listen, that is. Cool.
Yeah, I'll I if when they said that they wanted something to eat, I would have asked Shnez to come back up front. Like, Shnez, come here. I got crunch bugs and some jerky, and they could decide which ones they want. For now at least, they probably haven't eaten anything in a while. I'll hand those to Shnez.
So Shnez will walk back and kind of hold out both.
I have crunch bugs and some jerky. It seems that Laz had saved some. You're welcome to it.
Howie raises his hand and says, "You first, old man." And Gurren gives him a nod and a smile. Ah, thank you. Based on your reaction to what our friend here said, I'm assuming you'll take the jerky. But I love a good crunch bug. And he grabs one and he takes one into his mouth, eats it, and then immediately starts just devouring him. He pretty much eats the whole bag, and Howie just decimates the jerky, and the rations are gone pretty fast, and they're with their ravenous appetite, they eat all your food, and they barely look up or speak as they're eating.
So Shnez will walk back up to the co-pilot seat again.
They seem to enjoy that. Thank you, Laz.
Yeah, starving people. They tend to enjoy eating, right? They were able to divvy it up. No one was upset that there was only jerky and crunch bugs.
Nope, not at all. They both enjoyed their rations.
Nice, nice. Well, we only
Looks
got a
like
little
we'll
bit more. Sorry, go ahead.
well, it looks like we'll have to stop and get some more when we get back down to run.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. At least we'll need to stack up enough so that when we do leave, you got a bit for the road. You know.
It's hard to say how long it'll be till we come into a good food vendor again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we shouldn't be too much longer now.
Awesome. And
And
as you say that, you guys continue flying on, and eventually, in the distance, you see. Where is it? Wander on your scopes and in your field of view. You get closer and closer and closer, and you notice that there's more ships in orbit than normal. It seems busy. It's kind of weird, but you guys just kind of ignore it, and you fly into the atmosphere. You skip Casaltu, and you head to the landing pad. You guys arrive here. Let me pull out.
are there any like scanners on this thing to scan like around the base before I land to see if there's like any? Just, I mean, just to see if I could
Yeah, roll me
maybe
a
start
2P
waiting for us.
computers. You don't really notice anything,
All right.
but you guys land, and it seems as you guys are landing, you don't see any activity. The gate is still closed. There's one speeder left, and it seems sort of unused. The landing site. So you guys are free to land and jump in the speeder. And the time at this point is about 45 minutes till curfew. You guys have been gone for, I don't know, like almost a day or something like that.
If we hoof it, we might make it back before they shut down.
All right. Yeah, you guys can jump off the shuttle, grab the last remaining speeder, open up the gate, and head back to Isis without issue. You guys race through the jungle, and jungle's empty as it typically is, right? But as you start approaching Isis and you're on the main road leading up to the city, you notice that there is far more patrols and less civilians than normal. There's a lot of guard activity, and it seems kind of weird. And they're closely watching. Guards are watching your speeders. You guys drive by. No one stops you, though. And you guys arrive to the gate, and the gate is heavily guarded for some reason. And you guys pull up, and a young guard says, puts his hand up, and he steps forward and says, curfew's ending in about 30 minutes, but can you please state your business and why you're coming into Isis?
Yeah, we're going to Said and Ollie's looking for rooms. We had some business off planet, which some of you might know about, and we handled it. And now we're back.
He steps away. He nods, steps away for a second, and he's on his comms a little longer than normal, actually. Then he comes back and he says, a lot of us are fans of Sed and Ollie, but be careful being around Mandalorians. Even those guys have a scope on them. But go ahead. And they lower the force field, and you guys are able to cruise into the city and head toward the Rooping.
When we're stopped and this conversation is happening,
Mm-hmm.
what are Howie and Gurren doing?
They're in the speeder, just watching you guys, kind of just soaking in what's happening. They're not saying a word. They just want to get somewhere that's safe. They want to get into the city. And as you guys I'm happy you asked what they were doing, because as you guys actually go in, Gurn says, "That was odd, and what the hell is going on in this town? I know there was some sort of curfew put into place pretty much right before I was taken and put on the last laugh, but it seems crazier than ever. What's going on?" And Howie kind of looks longingly as well, wanting an answer, and he kind of just scans the four of you.
Does anyone else want to field this?
Yes, there have been many gangs going. My guess is that the Mandalorian gangs a little feisty.
They kind of just look at each other. Howie says, "Well, all right. Well, you guys said these innkeeps, they're Mandalorians. Do we need to be worried?"
No, they're unaffiliated.
All right. They just kind of shrug and nod, and you guys continue on. You guys head to the rooping. You guys, 1 second. Where is everyone? I see 2 tokens. Where are the other tokens at?
Where my tokens at?
Where my tokens at? From the front, the back. Oh my god. So sad.
Got him. Got him.
Okay.
That's not the right human.
That is not the right guy. Oops. There he is. All right. Yeah, you guys jump out of the speeder. You park it over here somewhere. And you guys are free to go in. It's 10 minutes to curfew at this point. And the door's unlocked. And you guys do notice, though, as you guys are driving through the streets, that the streets are empty already. And there is more guards than usual. And it's kind of eerily quiet. But you guys arrive to the rooping.
Gideon walks in.
All right, go ahead and head in. And you guys go inside.
I wait for our friends.
Let me see here. Let's put these guys. They're sort of sitting in this lounge area over here. All right. They come in with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Gideon...
see said Ollie and Horace in the corner.
Gideon comes and sits down.
Yeah, Sud and Ollie greet you guys, and they look a little grim-faced. And they greet you, and then they notice Gurn and Howie, and they're like, "Who the hell's that?" Ollie kind of like points at him. Sed kind of stands up for a second to look over Ollie and just kind of stares at him and sits back down.
Refugees.
Liberated.
Last laugh.
Yeah, Howie walks in and he extends a hand. He says, "Howie Adkins. It's a pleasure to meet you, gentlemen." And Gurren says, "I'm Gurren Greff. Pleasure." He extends a hand, kind of reaches over, shakes everyone's hands, and they kind of sit over here, and they say, or Howie says, "Your friends here, they just rescued us from, well, probably eventual death, the hands of Otis the Hutt. They said you guys had a beautiful inn with delicious food and warm, comfortable beds that we could utilize." And of
Nazar
course-
looks away in an embarrassed fashion.
So of course we had to take him up on that offer. And Sed says, "You're telling me these guys said the food was good and the beds were comfortable?"
I said nothing of the sort. I'll have
Gideon
you know.
laughs.
Yeah, Sed laughs too.
Schnez kind of chuckles a little bit. That
More
was a
you have
comfortable
suggestion.
than a prison cell, I would imagine, but yes.
Horace says, I have a rash on my back since sleeping in these beds again. But I guess it's better than living with hut gangsters in the jungle. Oh, sorry, Nazar, I don't mean to grab your token. But anyway, Sed and Ollie, they say, Sed says, did you gentlemen notice anything a little weird when you're coming into town?
Yeah, security seems tight.
Empty streets.
Well, unfortunately, the last day, pretty much right after you left, has been quite an eventful one. Well, I don't know why I'm doing that accent. Or apparently, it's been quite an eventful day in Isa since you guys left. Pretty much right as you left, something went down, big time, with the Mando gangs near the palace. Some brazen attack. We don't even know the details yet, but it was bad enough that the guards are out in full force. There's probably going to be even worse restrictions, and we're kind of awaiting word. We don't know what the hell happened. They're being super hush-hush about it, which typically the queen lets the people know what's going on, but I don't know, to stay quiet. Some happened. It's going to be weird
Thank
around
you.
here.
Well, thank the Force I'm leaving here soon.
This is just an assumption on my part here, but we created a vacuum of power, and so probably something has to rush in to fill it. What's been probably not being attacked as much and has had time to grow and become stronger? Your people, the Mandalorians. So, my guess from what a guard was saying, they're probably doing some dirty stuff on this planet now.
Exactly, says Ollie. It's gonna be weird around here, like said. And we've already had a couple of people come in here angry at us, and they know that we have nothing to do with the Mandalorian Empire. There's gonna be a lot of Mandalorian hate for the regular folks that don't serve Gale cause here, that don't serve the Empire. It's gonna be rough. Business might suffer too. Says, yeah, I know, I've thought about that, Ollie. Let's not think about it again, though. Let's just see how things go. And he just kind of shrugs.
Laz will walk up, pull the chair out, sit down, throws down 1,000 credit chip. Well, that should cover me and the boys here for a night, and some food, and maybe help out for a little while. And
Well, all right.
slides it over to Sed and Ollie.
Says, Horace, you mind showing these gentlemen to a couple of empty spare rooms upstairs? Feel free to grab some food. We got Pacobi. That's about it. We got beers. We got some cheap booze, water. Feel free to use them. But if you guys stay after tomorrow, you guys got to pay your way. Sorry. It's going to be hard around here, and we're going to need to make money. With that, Horace gets up and offers to show Gurren and Howie to where they could get rooms, and they head to the stairs and go. And you guys are left at the table with Sed and Ollie. Sed says, so while we were dealing with shit down here, I'm assuming you guys dealt with some craziness up there. And he kind of points his finger upwards. What the hell happened? Did you guys meet Otis?
Met, killed, destroyed.
When you say that, Sed grasps, he like slaps Ollie's shoulder and grasps it and smiles. Gentlemen, thank you. That's a massive thorn out of our side, but it seems we're jumping out of one hot pan into another with this fucking Mandalorian issue. But still, one thorn's better than two. Well done. And he gets up, rushes to the bar, comes back with a bottle of booze and some glasses and pours everyone a drink.
As will take one.
All right.
Gideon obviously takes one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Laz throws it back, and after he throws it back and he puts it on the table, he thumbs over to Gideon and it's just like, he took his hand right off, like it was butter. It was crazy.
He touched me. Gideon
Ollie
shivers and starts
Ollie-
pouring another shot.
Ollie just laughs. Yeah, you guys converse with them. You guys tell them what happened on board the ship, and a little bit of time goes by, and the gentlemen from upstairs, they come back down. They seem happy with their accommodations. Come down and sit. Horace takes his seat again, and they grab a drink as well. And said and Ollie, they say, well, if we hear anything else, we'll let you guys know what the hell's going on, but I'm assuming you have other business to attend to. You, Howie, Gurin, you guys have been sitting in a prison cell for a while. If there's anything we can do to help you guys get on your feet, take you somewhere, let me know. I'm sure we can help you guys out. But beyond that, gentlemen, rest up and enjoy. And he points two fingers at Gurin and Howie, says, especially you two, enjoy your freedom. Have a good night. Get some sleep. And these guys go to bed. And you guys are left with a little bit of alcohol still in the bottle. And you guys can, do what you would like.
Yeah, Laz will wave people over to the booth here. So
Gideon
go ahead.
slides them a drink as they sit down.
So I don't know what you
Howie
guys.
makes room for Shnez.
Yeah, so I don't know what you guys' plan is for the future, but we're gonna get off of this planet. But if you want, we could exchange contact information in case something comes up in the future.
I think that's a damn good idea. Howie kind of pipes up and he says, I'm going to make contact with someone I've been working with. He's not from around these parts. He's actually from my home planet, Terrace. But I'll track him
Terrace,
down.
you say?
Oh, yes. It's seen better days. It's under reconstruction right now, but a lot of progress has been made. But yeah,
Terrace has been under construction for 6,000 years.
Well, it got knocked down again, and it's being built up again and again and again, but it's currently smack in the middle of Mando space. The Mandalorian Empire's, helped fuel and speed up some of that reconstruction. That being said, though, it's still a contested planet. It's technically a part of the Republic. I know the Republic can't be happy about the Mandalorians encroaching on their territory, especially a important planet like Terrace. And Gurin kind of clears his throat and he says, yes, Terrace is an important planet for the Republic, but alas, what are we supposed to do? It's, as you said, in contested territory at the moment. But yes, I've been once or twice. It's quite beautiful. Not as nice as Coruscant, I must say, but still quite nice.
Yes, as I'm sure your friend can attest to, if you go below the city, it is not quite as beautiful as you make it out to be.
Which city are you talking about? Coruscant?
Terrace.
Oh, Terrace, yeah. Howie says, Look, Terrace has its issues, but there's some really nice parts of that planet. I miss it sometimes, but I've been hanging out around near Bespin and out in the Outer Rim, and there's definitely nicer places than Terrace, and I'm not eager to get back to Terrace by any means, but I do need to track down my friend. But beyond that, yeah, let's stay in touch. I'm sure maybe we could work together. You guys seem like a solid group, definitely capable, and I'll get my hands on a communicator and give you my details tomorrow. And Gurren says, and I'm going to get back to Coruscant. I serve as senator, Senator Heed Avi, Trandoshan. That is based on Coruscant, and he probably thinks I'm dead. What a surprise it'll be whenever I walk back into his halls.
I slide them both 500 credit chits.
They look at you. Howie says, 500 credits. Well, you know what, friend? You've done us 2 solids now. I don't know any of you. I don't know Gurren here, Gurren the Grand. But damn it, it is very rare to find upstanding gentlemen such as all of you. And Gurren agrees. He says, this sort of kindness is rare in the galaxy. I can tell you're all good people. Thank you.
Should be more than enough to get you to where you need to get.
They both nod and they thank you guys. They're surprised by the generosity. But yeah, they have a couple more drinks. Do you guys have any more questions for them? Oh, by the way, you would know who Heat Avi is. You've heard of him before,
Yes.
Gideon. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
When Gideon hands him the money and after they say everything, Laz will just add on like, us little folk gotta look out for each other.
Gurn smiles. Indeed, sir. Howard just kind of smirks and smiles. And then they retire. They head up to sleep.
I look at Gideon and I say, well, now that everything is buttoned up tight, we should talk about what we are going to do next.
Come join us at the table. And I also slide Schnaz a 4,000 credit chit.
So just kind of looks at it.
Thank you.
You did your job. You get a cut of Roga's or Otis's treasures.
Oh, I didn't realize that we had found anything on the ship.
Not much, but enough for us 4 to split. Nazar, do you even care about credits?
Oh, yes, they're useful.
I slide you 4,000 as well.
Beautiful.
Gentlemen, we have on the horizon a few options. I know for one that me and Gideon are eager to follow up on our lead to Ambria, which is close by, about as far as that asteroid was from here, but in the other direction.
I would like to emphasize my want for Ambria. I feel something pulling me. I would like to investigate.
Me as well.
Is there a job on Ambria, or
Oh, this is better than any job, potentially. If it is what I think it is.
There's a potential force relic that I've been hunting. It is something I was hunting when I found Nazar.
And I am most eager to help you with that.
I believe
Yes.
it. I believe it to be on Ambria. Schnaz, it is Schnaz and Laz. This is a lot to ask. We've not been together long, but I would like you to accompany us there. I would like this group to stay together as best as we can.
Well, are we concerned about what's happening here on Onderon? If there's been attacks from the
Well,
Mandalorians?
we
Do
fully
we?
intend to return, but sticking our nose in the Mandalorian business might be a bit over our heads.
But we don't even know what's going on.
Yes, yes.
I'm okay with returning. I have little interest in staying on this planet. Do we have an attachment to these Mandalorians? I kind of just look at Shnez.
Well, as long as there's pay involved, I could be talked into something like that.
Nez, if it makes you feel any better, on Ambria there are likely to be many, many relics worth a pretty penny.
Wherever there is treasure to find, we will split it 4 ways, regardless. As long as everybody is on board with that.
I nod.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I would say that I want to exchange information with the smuggler and the senator's aides, because you know contacts like that might be good for the future.
Getting
Which
knots.
means
Absolutely.
They
we
could be
might have,
useful.
yeah, which means we might have to hang out here a little bit tomorrow, which would also give us
Mhm.
time to visit the bug lady and possibly get a little information about what's going on for the future.
We will
Uh,
also need food and supplies for the ship.
Yes, yes. Chores. Can we leave tomorrow then?
yeah,
After we handle our business, yes. I
yeah, I
don't
don't
see
see
why
why
not.
not. You guys had the ship looked at and gassed up and ready to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting knots?
Yeah, all
So
right.
tomorrow afternoon then. Looks to
Sounds
everybody.
good. Yeah, then
Those are
Schnez.
nods.
Let me contemplate tonight. I would say likely.
Good. Then I will get some rest. I slide out and start heading upstairs.
I would consider this a favor, and I will owe you both if you come with us. I hope you do consider it. And I walk off.
Alright.
So as the other two walk off and it's just Laz and I'll take out the 2 pistols that he had given me earlier and put them back on the table and slide them towards him.
All right. I'll probably give it to those 2 in the morning. You don't want to go walking around unarmed anywhere, especially this place.
Yes, I didn't feel it was prudent to arm them on the ship after just having met them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And no, we haven't known each other long, but I got the sense about you, and I trust that sense. There are some things that I don't know give me pause. However,
Shnez looks Laz just dead in the eye behind his goggles, as best as you can tell. Says,
I work a contract. That is
uh,
where my loyalties lie.
all right. So if we are willing to pay your contract and for exclusivity, you would no longer necessarily work for other parties.
If the pay is right, that can be arranged.
All right, all right. Well, think about what a fair deal is and get back to me. You're calm and you seem to be good with a blaster, and just by cutting a jib there, I think you're probably handy at other things, and those other two seem to be singularly focused. And sometimes you need a jack of all trades, if you will.
Shnez kind of nods a little bit while Laz is describing Gideon and Nazar, and then says,
I must say, I haven't known these two for very long, but I've seen some unusual things. Neither of them seem particularly level-headed.
No, but the
Use that.
credits seem to be following them. And if we could do good for the little people and get rich in the process, I'm for it.
Well, Laz, I look forward to getting to know you a little more.
Same here, my friend. Same here. You heading to bed, Slick?
I am. It's been a long day.
All right, all right. I'm actually gonna take one myself, and I'll take one last shot with Schnez and head up to bed.
All right, everyone goes to sleep.
Yep, Gideon goes to meditate, but yes, he sleeps.
Okay.
Actually, before we go to sleep, can I talk to Gideon in a private quarters somewhere?
Absolutely.
Ow, chicka wow wow.
We're
Yes,
gonna
me and
kids.
Gideon ERP and have steamy roleplay sex. No.
Whoa.
"Is it Second Life?"
VR chat. Close. All right. So I'll just use the room I've been using. Be in here.
Vampire room.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta have the red. Gideon. I have concerns.
I've been good. I don't understand.
No, not with you.
Oh,
Partially with you, but
with the
will
new,
be addressed.
with the prisoners we liberated.
No, they seem very straightforward. Their thoughts are very easily read. I'm not concerned about them. The surface ones, anyway. I don't know any of that crazy magic.
And where do your concerns lie in?
My concerns lie in loyalty. I'm concerned that we will bend over backwards for the other two in our group, and they may not see things the same way. We shall see what tomorrow brings. But I feel that we must pursue Ambria. There is much I can teach you, and if what I believe does exist on the surface of that planet,
Well,
it will be, as they say, a game changer. Yes?
that is my hope, that we will learn something, anything from this planet. I crave knowledge at this time. I want to assure you we will go to Ambria. Laz shares our interest. Schnez, I respect his need to think, but his skepticism does wear on me. Especially after last time.
Yes, well, they strike me as very simple people. If there is enough money in the question, then it is answered. Yes?
Exactly.
And such simple people are very useful. So, that being said, yes, we will find some treasure. Yes, we will give them a cut of the money. Yes, we will hire them if we must to achieve our aims. But I do believe that the time is coming where decisions, especially for you, will need to be made.
In terms of what, Nazar? What exactly are you attempting to imply?
That your motivations may not be your own entirely. That maybe there is something else. What it is, we We shall see if it's ever important enough for you to tell me. But I can tell you that money, influence, they matter a bit. They don't matter as much as the power of the Force. Never forget that.
When you say if whether my intentions are my own or not, I think I look a little to your right, like kind of past you, and kind of squint a little bit as if I'm thinking, and then regain eye contact with you as you finish, and nod.
It's all right, Gideon. I trust you as much as I trust anyone, which is to say very little. But that is a lot. I never fully trust anyone. It's dangerous. You must always be thinking. Must always be moving in the background. One step ahead, two sometimes.
What do you know anything of Ambria? What is pulling me? What is this feeling?
It's a planet strong with residual force energy. Many things have happened there in the past, some of which I am not 100% up on.
Mhm.
But I feel the draw too. We must go. We must see it for ourselves. We must tap into these echoes in the Force. They shall lead us somewhere grand, I imagine.
He nods and goes to his room.
Okay. Turn in for the night.
Beautiful. Love that. All right. So everyone goes to sleep. You guys get a full night's rest. Good 8-9 hours of sleep. You guys have seen battle. You guys have been flying through space, liberating prisoners, meditating, dealing with shit. You guys are tired. So you guys get a full night and you wake up and curfew's lifted for several hours. It's 9-10 in the morning at this point, and everyone can remove all their strain. I think everyone already did.
Mhm.
And Howie and Gurren are actually already gone for the day when you guys wake up. They're not at the inn. They're out and about. And does any oh sorry, do you guys want to do anything upstairs, or do you guys all head downstairs, or what would you like to do as you wake up?
I pretty
You said it's
much
10?
go. I go downstairs. Yeah.
It's like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, Gideon's been awake for like 4 hours now.
Really?
Yeah, Gideon wakes up ridiculously early.
Okay.
I go down. Yeah.
If that messes with my strain or whatever, tell me, by the way.
Nah, you're good.
Laz
You're
goes
good.
down and is ready to roll too.
Yep, Schnez will wake up and head downstairs.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you get down there. Ollie and Sed are behind the bar, kind of talking. Horace is, cleaning up tables and whatnot. And as you guys come down, where do you guys go? Like to the bar? Or?
No, I think I. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Schnez will go to the bar.
All right, we'll go to
Okay.
the bar. I darted a square table.
It's all right. We have
Yeah.
our own VIP booth whenever we come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ollie.
I did just drop 1,000 credits on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, Ollie and Sed, they greet you guys, say good morning, and serve you guys some Kobe eggs and fried Kobe and some water. That's it. And Sed says, "You guys missed your buddies. They said they were gonna go hit the market, take care of some business. They seemed like they went their separate ways actually, but they said they'd be back, and they said don't leave until you guys talk to them. They wanted to exchange information with you, especially well, they both did actually. They seem very interested in you guys. So keep that in mind before you guys go gallivanting out in the galaxy, yeah?
Well,
Yeah, right.
worst case scenario, you can always send it to us. We have your information, don't we?
Yeah, but well, about that, Ollie and Sed look at each other, and Sed kind of sighs, and he says, I found out what the hell happened in the palace grounds. Yeah, you heard me, in the palace grounds. It seems some Mandalorian gangsters. Well, I think the royal family was betrayed. There's been a kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mandos are being blamed. And guess what, gentlemen? We're Mandalorians. And even though we're respected, especially around this part of town, I don't know how long I'm going to own this bar. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay here. Goes for Ollie and Horace, too. And Ollie just kind of grunts, folds his
Who'd they
arms.
kidnap?
I don't know yet.
What's your plan? I look at Ollie and so
Ride it out? We don't know yet. That's all we really know.
do you need passage off this planet?
No. I served Mandalore 2 different emperors faithfully for a long time. Ollie too. I skipped out before Ollie and Horace did, but put a lot of time and a lot of money into freeing myself from Emperor Kaz, from getting out of Mando space, to go somewhere new. I took a lot of security jobs, spent my retirement opening up this bar. I even called it the Rooping, because you see Roopings all over this damn planet. Nasty creatures. I wanted to fit in. I wanted a new home. I'm not so willing and eager to abandon it yet.
Well, you have until we leave to make that decision.
I ain't going anywhere. How about you, Ollie? Ollie just shakes his head. Essentially a no.
No, I'm fully aware.
Yeah.
Well, if we have some discussion to do, and if we are in agreement, we'll be leaving the planet for a short time. We do intend on returning.
Very well. Do what you fellas got to do. We'll do what we have to do. But you guys always got rooms here. You've done more for us than anyone else on this planet. You're not even from here.
Lazar nods.
Well, Shnez will look at the other group members and then turn back to Sed and Ollie.
Well, when we return, if there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to let us know.
Give you a nod.
Yes, as I'm sure you're explicitly aware, we can offer you passage to anywhere.
We need it. We'll take you up on it. But I think we're going to hunker down.
You do need it. Kitty starts walking away.
Sed just kind of shakes his head and shrugs.
I put my hand on the bar as Gideon's walking away, and I just say, he is young, willful. But I have the impression that being old and willful can be just as dangerous. Please consider the offer if things get dire.
Sed nods and Ollie says, what I've seen is people are terrible no matter what their age is.
Well, yes.
And even though we had a difficult start, you've all earned my respect. He gives you guys a nod, and then he goes back to the kitchen. And Sed says, I'll be awaiting word from contacts in the city. I'll be in my office. If you guys need me, just let me know. Feel free to knock on my door. It's just through the kitchen to the left when you go into the back. Beyond that, though, good luck to you, gentlemen.
Yeah, you too. And I appreciate this is the best damn Kobe I've ever had. And if you look at Laz's plate, it's pretty much hot sauce soup with chunks of Kobe in it.
So Shnez is going to turn to Nazar.
Before you do that, Nazar says to Sed and Ollie as they're like kind of turning away to do their own thing. He says, "Yes, may the force be with you."
Set gives him a nod. He heads back. Do you guys want to take break now before you guys go do stuff?
Sure.
Well, Schnaz, you can say what you want to say to me, and then maybe we take our break, or
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sure.
Shnez is going to turn to Nazar.
So, what is the plan for Dale's remains?
Oh yes. Well, if Ambria's suitable, I shall have him buried somewhere with dignity. If not, I have an idea of where I think would be suitable, though it is out of the way, and I don't know what has become of that space anymore. I have an idea.
Well, to make sure that we didn't forget about that.
No, I have a very explicit plan for that. That is to have him buried with honor on a planet that he did not hate. And a place of dignity.
I think he would appreciate that.
Yes, if all else fails, my people have a tomb world that would be suitable for someone of his stature.
Well, I need to go stock up from my cart vendor. Anyone interested in heading to the market?
Yeah, we might as well all go out there. We've got to buy some rations and stuff for the ship anyway.
Indeed. Then I think we can break.
Wonderful. Yeah, you guys all start heading out of the bar to go hit the town, and we will take a 10-minute break. We'll come back at 8:42 to continue on with episode 12 of Star Wars Shattered Frontiers. See you guys in a few. All right. Good to go with the break. Let's jump back into the session.
We've
What's
done-
up, boys?
Not 1,000, but hey.
Hey,
Yup.
But yeah, it was. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm playing like a good guy.
that's right.
Laz is awesome.
We are just debating what upgrade we should buy for the ship before we leave. Whether it should be an astromech droid or a better hyperdrive, because both are good. So
Both are quite good.
How much is the hyperdrive?
6,500, or 64 something. I can afford that by myself. So it would be like all my money, but I could do it.
And then
Yeah, but you're not buying any like armor or anything, right? So you don't really give a shit.
True. Yeah, I'm not buying armor or weapons, so it doesn't really matter to me. If I only have like 1,000 left over, that's fine.
And we back.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So, you guys, everyone's ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so you guys head out the door. It's, I don't know, like 10 in the morning, 10:30ish, 11. And the day's kind of warm. It's pleasant out. Your speeder's there, and you guys hop in the speeder and head to which market? The main one, like in the city center?
Yes.
Yeah, main one's in the city
Yep.
center because the other one never has anything we want.
That's true.
I'm hearing some like echo or like some feedback or some shit whenever I talk. I don't know what's
Huh?
going on.
Whenever you talk,
Check, check, check. 1, 2. Not anymore. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a fluke for a second. All good. Okay. So you guys hop in the speeder. You guys drive to the big Central Isis market. You see the palace in the distance. And when you arrive, there's definitely more security than normal. And there's less people out than normal. But, the city must continue with its business, right? So there's still plenty of shops open. There's still plenty to do. And you guys park the speeder and you can go do what you guys gotta do.
All right.
Um,
I want to look for either a ship parts or a droid vendor.
well, I was gonna just ask more so scenery based. What kind of presence does this security give off? Are they like super high alert, like kind of intense, like not fucking around?
Yes.
Okay.
There
Like, are they
is-
everywhere? Like, are they in only specific parts of this, like, of the market? Like, are they patrolling? What's the vibe?
There's definitely more than normal. And as you get closer to the palace, there's even more. And it seems like there's more like elite level guard patrol and whatnot. And
Like,
presence
dressed differently and stuff?
slightly differently, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Interesting.
that's more toward the palace, but yes, there is stricter patrols within the central market.
Yep.
So you wanted to find a hyperdrive or droid vendor. You definitely find a droid vendor for sure. And
Okay.
it's there's like droids that are being sold in like the outside market, but you can also look for like a nicer shop that sells
I'm just
droid-
looking for astromech droids specifically. If droid vendors are all I can find.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Shanaz
don't
will-
care. It doesn't need to be a brand new R7 series. It can be an R5. It can be it can be a good shape R2 unit. I don't care.
Okay.
Well, Shanaz will lead them back to the droid vendors that he talked to previously in the market.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys
Sorry.
let me see here. Where can I find a nice astromech droid?
For frame
Droids.
of reference, an R7 is around 11,000. So
Right.
I don't know what you want to do about.
I'm trying to find. I can easily find the R7 droid, astromech droid, in the FFG fandom, but I'm having
That's the
trouble.
only one they have out of the R series.
Okay.
But
I could
you'd
just
have
like
to-
make lesser
you'd have to-
stats or something like that. I just
yeah,
need
there's
Yeah,
like there's also like a standard astromech droid for 8,250. I'm gonna send you the link.
Okay. Let's take a gander at that. Yeah, you definitely find like an outside shop that has an astromech droid. Thank you, an astromech droid that looks kind of old, and you also see an R5 astromech droid, and they're kind of sitting next to each other. The R5 is 8,000 credits, or sorry, 10,000 credits, and the astromech droid, just like the older regular one, is 8,000.
Okay.
Yeah, 10,000,
Um,
10,000 and 8,000. Yeah.
Okay, so I walk up and I'm looking at the R5, and I'm gonna talk to the guy and say, "Hello, I've just recently procured a vessel. I'm in need of an astromech droid. What can you tell me of this R5 unit?"
Oh, this R5 unit. Yeah. It's seen half the galaxy. You can't find a better droid, let me tell you. He's the best. He's great. L7.
It's not going to blow a motivator on, is he?
Of course not. Go ahead and let's see if you can sense if he's lying or not.
Okay, that's my A New Hope reference for this evening.
Exactly.
All right. I assume I'm by myself for this. So
Yeah.
So perception, I'm
It's
assuming.
perception, yeah. For seeing, is it perception? Let me see. Hold on.
It's either that
Acting
or it's
skill
like
is deception. Discipline. Opposing skill is discipline according to the
okay.
sheet.
I'll take that. All right. What's my difficulty?
2p. Yeah, some don't sound right.
Yeah. Well, I look at him. I look at the R5. I look at him and I say, "This droid is over 60 years old. You're telling me that it's in pristine, top-tier condition?"
He kind of gulps and he's like, I mean, it's not pristine, but it's like new. And if you take a closer look, you can see it's dinged up, it's scratched up. It's definitely seen some flight hours. It's
I'm not paying 10,000 credits for this.
Hey, Laz is gonna like walk in and like a little hunched over and just go, hey boss, that other droid guy, he didn't have what you wanted either, but he said he'll buy one for you. No, since since you are who you are, and I told him if he better be on the cheap or else. And he said, yeah, of course. So we'll have it in a day. We don't need a
Yes,
shop here
yes.
anymore.
Well, yeah, I don't, but trying to expand my horizons, I suppose. Listen, I think there is a deal to be made here. The R5 is a long-standing standard of galactic astromech droids, and I'm sure that if you were to cut me a little break here, so that I could have some extra money to repair up the obvious flaws that I can see from here, I think we could have a deal.
all right. Go ahead and roll me a negotiation check, 2p.
Can I get Laz's help,
Sure.
if such a thing exists?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he's conversing with you. Yeah, he can help you.
Just try to
What?
make it sound like there's another option other than this guy.
Yeah. Do you have anything in negotiation, or is it just one blue?
I'm sure I do.
Okay,
No, I don't.
that's fine.
I mean,
take the
Schnez
one
is
blue.
around there too because he led you to the vendor.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
That's true. Does Schnez have anything for
you
negotiation?
guys are working together on this. You guys can help each other out.
Yeah. So Schnez, I have one rank in it.
I'll take the rank for sure. And then, yeah, that's all I get.
Schnez will kind of go and inspect the droid a little bit and just kind of check it out. Gonna point at some things, look back at Nazar.
Give me a 2p mechanics check, Schnez, as you look it over. And as you're looking over, he's like, whoa. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna hold my words.
Well, I mean, I'm just doing it for the show. I'm not
Yes,
actually
yes, of
like
course.
looking for things.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
he's
do
not.
I
He
get
doesn't
any?
pay attention to you as you look at it. He's now worried that he's going to lose a sale. That's what that threat is.
Do I get any sort of bonus for calling him on his bullshit?
Yeah, get 1 blue.
Okay. All right, I'll take that. And what's my difficulty?
It was 2p, but with help, don't you get? Is it a boost die or is this
I got
still
I got a
Gorkins?
rank because Ness is a rank in
Yep.
negotiation.
Put a rank up 1, and then it's going to be 2p, 1 blue.
Okay. Fuck. Got the
He
worst
says,
possible roll.
that
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah. Says, look, I know what I have here. It's a damn good droid. And look, maybe it's not brand new, but this R5, he's amazing. Isn't that right, L7? And he slaps L7, and L7 kind of whistles and makes like a sad sound after it gets slapped. And the guy kind of gulps and looks back, and he says, L7's yours for 10,000 credits. You're not going to find a better droid, I assure you. And now give me one more discipline check, 2P. You know he's lying. There's definitely better shit out there.
I think I'll have to take my business elsewhere. Seems there will be no deal made here.
9,500 credits.
9,500 credits. I could get a brand new R7 for 1,500 credits more. This is ridiculous.
He kind of just crosses his arms and he says, yeah, show me. Go buy your droid. You're not taking L7 off my hands.
All right.
I'm gonna try to lie to this individual real quick. All right. I'm gonna say, do you know who this is? He's an ambassador from one of those weird worlds out there. You do business with him, you're gonna be making tons of money in no time. You should really make a deal on this one. And that's my deception. Let me know what I gotta roll.
3p deception on this one because now he's getting a little. Oh,
The triumph, though. Oof.
how are we gonna factor this?
Maybe he doesn't believe I'm an ambassador, but the point sticks. Who knows?
He says, I don't care about ambassadors. I don't care about politicians. And then he kind of leans in close and he's like, and you know what? Fuck the queen, too. But that aside, 9,000 credits and L7's yours. Final offer.
Yes, let me discuss with my compatriots here. And then I turn around really quick and I say, all right, gentlemen, we need an astromech droid or we're going to go nowhere fast. I have 7,500 credits. Can anyone contribute?
How much do we need?
Well,
You said 9,000?
Yeah, I
So,
need 1,500 to make
yeah,
the difference. But
I'll
that
give
would
you
be like all
1,500.
my... Yeah, okay. So I'll have 37 credits left.
I'll give you an extra 1,000 just to make sure you
Okay.
have something.
Okay. I turn around with the money and I say, all right, here it is, and I better not regret this.
He perks up and he says, you've made the right choice. L7 is yours. And L799 is now your astromech droid. It's an R5. What we're going to do, so here's the stats on the R5. I'm going to pull it up on the stream here.
L799, you said?
L799, yep.
Okay.
So the stats are going to stay the same, but soak is going to be 2.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yep, no problem. Let me know when you're ready and I'll just start reading off.
Yeah, because I got to set up the freaking sheet really quick.
Mm-hmm. And you're adding this to the ship's sheet, right?
Yeah, I suppose I could.
Yeah, please do.
Although...
Yes, please do. And he scan. What is it, like an identity? Does everyone have like an identity chip? I think that's kind of how it works, right?
Yeah, it's like a chain code or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
he mates your chain code to the droid, so L799 is now your droid, and L7 looks pretty excited to be leaving this guy.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you said soak was 2.
Yes. Okay. So price is 9,000. Rarity is 5. Brawn, agility, and cunning, will, perception is all going to be the same, but soak is 2. Wounds is 10. Skills, astrogation is 3. Computers is 3. Cool is 1. Mechanics is 2. Piloting space is 2.
Sorry, what was astrogation again?
It's still 3.
Filling it.
I got it. I'll share it with you.
Got all that?
Yep.
Yeah, share it with me so I can punch that all into the sheet while you guys do other crap.
It still has Arc Welder. It still has the talent, Galaxy Mapper 1 as well.
Got it. Okay.
But just like
I'll
some of the stats
punch
are
all
just
this in
adjusted
while you
slightly
guys.
downward because he's in R5.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll punch all this in while you guys do other stuff.
Hey, does by any chance is L7 here? This is a random thing, but record the conversations of customers. Maybe possibly recording our conversation we just had with this gentleman.
It's Nazar's droid now. He can command it to give up any information.
Yeah. Ask it if it did, real quick.
Yeah. I asked him if he was recording our conversation.
He was not. He was just L7 was just waiting to see if he was going to be freed of this skeevy droid salesman. That's it.
That's a shame. That's a shame. He did say "fuck the queen," and
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
we
he
could have gotten some something done with that.
Yes. And as much as I like ruining people's lives, I'm not that eager to. I just want to get the hell out of here.
That's beautiful. Awesome. You guys have an R5 series astromech droid. Congratulations. Nice.
Awesome. Great.
And then if you guys want, you can make your way around the market. You guys can get up to... You guys would know when you check the ship that there was about 1 week's rations left. So you can pick up about 3 weeks of food and water and whatnot for the ship. And that will cost 1,000 each for the food and 1,000 for the water. So 500 each for that. And was there anything?
1K each or 500 each?
What?
500 each, 1,000 for water, 1,000 for food for 3 weeks each, on top of the 1 week that's still on the ship, the Ashen Angel. If you guys want to stock for a month, which is how much the ship can hold, is 30 days. Yep.
Okay, so
we each owe 500.
Yeah, you guys walk around. You guys are like picking up food and water to stock the ship. The food is $1,000. The water's $1,000.
Yeah.
So 500 each. Yeah.
The 500 was throwing me off. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, well, you guys can divvy it up how you want, but 2,000 for the food and water.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a worthwhile investment. Shnez will definitely chip in on that.
I will too. I'll mark it down in a second here.
Yeah, that's enough. That 30 days is enough for a crew of 4. You guys could all have a couple of meals a day, enough water to satiate your thirst every day for a month. 4 people. Beyond that, you guys would have to start rationing if you guys had extra people, or eat and drink a little bit less every day if there was other people on board.
Well, gentlemen, I believe it's time to buy some of my own rations.
Shnez kind of points in the direction where the bug vendor usually is.
Yeah, so you guys head over that way, and you get there, and you notice that there is no stand and no old woman there. She's not there.
Shnez looks really confused. Is there another like normal vendor close by that I would
Like
have
5
recognized?
feet away, there's like a vendor right there that sells like I don't know, fucking some weird drink or something like that, sloshing in a big pot, maybe like a. There's two pots at this vendor. One is like a cold noodle soup, and the other's like a hot broth that people looks like more, like poorer folk stop by for like a cheap stew or cheap broth or like a cheap soup for lunch. And it's
So,
an older man.
so Schnez will walk up to the older man, definitely a little confused and kind of off put.
Excuse me. I'm looking for the lady who serves the delicious bugs. Do you know where she happens to be?
Hello, young man. I've seen you stop by her cart. Yes, Nina died last night. Sorry. She was, well, ancient. And guess it was her time.
Schnez just looks stunned at this point.
She died last night. Of natural causes?
As far as I know, yes. My son told me, actually. They saw her taking her body out. He did say, though, that she was singing before she went to bed, and she seemed happier than ever. But, yeah, apparently she died in her sleep. I'm sorry.
So Schnez looks a little distraught right now. And,
Well, thank you.
and he will actually take out 50 credits and hand it to him and say,
I was prepared to stock up on some bugs, but please help some others with this money.
and then just walks away.
The man just kind of, looks a little solemn, looks sad, takes the money, though. Gives you a nod. But yeah, apparently what you've learned is she seemed happier than ever, sang for the first time in years, went to bed, and died happy in her sleep.
Disappointed.
You, Schnez, I will say, gave her more happiness than she had had in years, more business than she had had in years, and that probably allowed her to pass on and move on, finally. So if anything, it's bittersweet. I'll give you that.
Are you saying I killed her
Mhm.
by being nice?
She was ready to move on. She sold some bugs. She was happy. She was singing. Life wasn't so bad, and also her best customer was about to leave, if you recall. But she died. She was old as fuck, man. She was like 100 something. Old human, 105 years old, something like that. Nina. But yeah.
Laz will pat Shinez on the arm. Sorry, bud.
Well, I guess it'll be a while before we have a good meal.
Oh, my opinion. Anything covered in hot sauce is pretty good.
Soma, one last question about ship stuff.
Sure.
I don't think I ever got the cargo hold encumbrance capacity. How much is it? I know it's small, but just so we know.
Oh, fuck. What was the ship? Trying to think what the actual ship stats
Was it the-
were that I used.
I'm trying to remember if it was the
Shit, what ship did I model it after? Fuck.
it's probably something like in the 75 to 100 at the max.
Let me see. 1 second. I'm trying to remember what it was that I statted this bad boy after.
55,000 G9. Yeah, it's the G9.
You sure?
I remember you saying it was the G9 rigger, and that's 80. So
80 works.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay, cool. All right, I have everything written down and everything ready to go.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, though it's a little sad. You guys have a new astromech droid, L799. You have 3 more weeks of rations and water for a total of 1 month for the 4 of you on the ship. You guys are healthy. You guys are well fed. You guys are good to go. Any other business you'd like to attend to?
Yeah, we want to. I don't know how we're gonna contact the 2 guys we want to get the info from, but that
They
should
said
be
they
the
would
next thing.
don't. They said they'd meet at the bar. Like, don't leave until they see you.
Since we're still in the market, I just want to go look at like the weapon mods and the armor shop, just for the sake of it.
You're not gonna find anything. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Think about it like this: like if this was Act 1 in a video game, like you've cleared out all the best stuff that you could possibly get in Act 1. You know.
Yeah, the Goldshire guy ain't gonna have anything great for you.
That's exactly kind of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are
think
pretty strong right now.
Laz is gonna be like, "Are we just going to the whooping, saying goodbye, and then leaving?
Yes, that is my plan.
Do we want to pick up your friend's body?"
Yes, before we head to the vessel, that would be wise.
Okay. So you guys hop in the speeder and you cruise through Isa's back toward the rooping, and you go to the police station / morgue where you had Dell's body dropped off at a couple days prior. And you arrive and park, and you guys can walk up to the building and go inside.
Yeah, I'll go inside and say, yes, I returned the body of a friend here for holding before burial. I'm here to retrieve it.
A woman says, "Name?"
Dell, Tenro, I believe, yes.
Del Tenro. Okay. She clicks at some stuff and reads some shit for about 20 seconds. She says, "That body was taken.
Taken.
It was
By
barely
whom?
it was barely here 8 hours before it was picked up."
Oh,
She
yes.
shouts over her shoulder, "Hey Bob, who took the Pantoran?" This fat guy, this like fat cop comes out and he's like eating a pastry. He said, "Oh, yeah, some Corellian guy came in, picked up the body, said he was a friend of his family's. But yeah."
Just let anybody in here picking up dead bodies?
He kind of gulps his food down and kind of stares at you and he says, "What do you guys want with the body?"
Well,
We were
we were
trying to
actually his
prevent-
friend, Tubby.
Yes, and the person you allowed to abscond with his corpse was the man who killed him, so that's a little unfortunate for us.
Bob kind of shifts his weight and looks at the lady at the desk.
Unsanctioned bounty hunter.
Look, he came in, early in the morning and said he was a friend of the family's, and I don't know, it all checked out.
I'm sure it did. Useless. And then I turn around and walk away.
Give me let's see here. What check would it be? Give me a 1 second.
Ranged light attack on Chunky there.
No.
No. I
If
do
you
not throw
could-
my sword at him.
What would be the check to like kind of press to see like,
Coercion.
yeah,
100%.
coerce him into giving you a little bit more details of what happened?
I think I say, well, I shall have to go to your supervisors. It's completely ridiculous that you let someone with falsified credentials abscond with a body. And then I will, yeah, what's my difficulty?
Roll me a 3P.
Gladly.
Great. So he says, "Look," he takes another bite of like a donut or something. He's like, "He paid the fee. He paid the fee. I gave him the body. He said he was friends with him. He knew his name. I don't know. He had the credits. He had the info. He had the name."
Take the damn muffin out of your mouth, you fat bantha. And then I just stare at him, and then I'd say, "Did he at least say where he was taking it?"
He said home.
Indeed. That's a long trip. Then I just storm out.
Yeah, you guys have lost Dell's body.
I flip my cloak a la Lucius Malfoy and storm out of the fucking...
Yeah, Bob just kind
Oh.
of shrugs. The lady's not even, she's barely paying attention. She's got other shit, admin work to do. She just gets back to work and
Yeah.
looks past you guys and says next. And it looks like there's other people there that need to speak to them.
Yeah, Laz doesn't leave right away. He says, "Hey, Chunk, maybe you should start doing your job. All right, like for real." And then turns around and leaves.
Before he gets a chance to say anything, you leave. But it looked like he was going to say something, but it's too late. You've already walked out. But yeah, Anton, the Corellian bounty hunter, has gone in and taken that body. He wants, I guess, all the proof he could possibly muster up as he collects that bounty. So, yeah, no Dell body. Sorry about that.
Back to the bar.
Back to the bar.
Shit, I was gonna bury that fool on Korriban in the Valley of the Sith Lords. Would have been...
Man, just did Del dirty
righteous.
like that.
Yeah.
Had you
Oof.
guys gone to the morgue right away in the morning, you might have seen Anton, but you guys didn't. So
Fair enough.
that was a little
enough.
scenario up my sleeve.
To
that
be
didn't
fair,
happen.
we had more important fish to fry than burying
Exactly.
Del
It would
properly.
have been like a rare scenario that would have been cool, but oh well.
Yeah, whatever. So we head back to the roofing.
Yes. You guys go inside, and inside you actually see Howie and Gurren the Grand sitting at the bar. Horace is kind of just sitting there, kind of just like making small talk, and they're eating as they see you guys come in. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Very good. We should exchange information.
Way ahead of you. And he hands you guys a communicator and says, you guys can reach me on this. I got the other one. I know Gurren here, he got one as well. Gurren nods and hands you guys a communicator to him. Says, yes, it's again a pleasure to meet you. If you'd like to work together, please let me know. And Howie says the same. And Gurren says, my plan is to head back to Coruscant to report into Senator Avi. Maybe we'll meet again, yes? And he gives you a smile and like takes a sip of his drink. And Howie says,
I look at Gurren and I say, if the Force wills it, it shall happen.
And Howie kind of gives a side-eyed look at Gurren the Grand, and he then looks back at you guys and he says, look, I'm not a Republic guy. I'll be kind of heading out into the Outer Rim and wild space. I need to track down one of my Durgamite friends. I know they're not necessarily the most popular, but they're no enemy of the Republic. And he kind of gives Gurren a smile. If you want to get a hold of me, you know how to reach me.
I kind of look at him and I say, I obviously am not a Republic guy either, but that is not how I base my judgments. We shall be in contact if we need anything from you.
Wonderful.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we have a ship to prime.
Awesome.
As Nazar and the others walk away, I'm just gonna kind of look at them and Howie and what's his face,
Gurren.
Gurn.
Yeah, Horace is like in the back, like doing some. Just the three of you.
So maybe when you tell this story, you just leave our names and kind of what we look like out of it. Just, just in case.
Well, you've done me a couple favors, so Your secret's safe with me. Gurren says, discretion, of course.
Don't want any huts getting angry over losing one of theirs and looking for us anywhere.
We're in the same boat, son. Don't worry.
All right. Well, you two stay safe, and I take 2 blasters out and hand them one each, just for your safety.
And they both give you a smile and says, Howie says, 3 favors for a couple of strangers. I suppose
Like I said,
we owe you a couple, huh? Gives
like
you a
I
smile.
said, us little folk gotta look out for each other out here.
Gurren the Grand just kind of smiles and Howie nods.
Take care, guys. I got a ship to fly.
All right. Beautiful. Do you guys head to Kasaltu Station?
Yes.
Yeah, get to our ship.
All right. So
Give
you
me my
guys,
sweet baby, the Ashen Angel.
you guys drive through Izes. You get to the force field, and as you get close, force field drops. People come in and out. Though security is tighter and some folks are being scrutinized, to leave the city is fine. And you guys speed out and head toward Kasaltu Station. You arrive there about 15 minutes later, and it's quite busy. Obviously, lots of ships coming and going. Trains taking folks into the city are coming and going. And you guys walk through Kasaltu. You guys get to sort of like the back stall areas, and there's the Ashen Angel waiting for you guys.
Hell yeah. Without skipping a beat, I open the ship and walk on.
Beautiful.
Say, smells like home.
Yeah, the ship is yours. You walk up to the door. You swipe your identity chip next to the security lock. Opens without issue. And you guys are able to board the ship. You are not in space right now, so ignore that. You guys are still parked at Kasaltu, but you guys jump on board. I'm going to put you over here, Shnez. Sorry.
I'm not, I don't see the ship. I think we're still on the Kasaltu graphic.
Yes, you are. Sorry.
There we go. All right. Well. Oh, and there's a dead Pantoran on my ship.
What up? Yeah, we do have Dell's body.
Hey!
Splat. Splat. He's dead.
Uh,
There you go.
Well,
yeah, I need. Oh, thank you. All right, let me take a look at this thing. Schnez, help me out when you get a chance.
Yep, I'm ready.
Heads up, follows Laz.
All right. So you guys head to the cockpit. You guys have already done checks previously for pre-flight and to start her up. So you don't have to do a mechanics check again. And the startup procedure is just going to be a very simple 1P space piloting check, just because this is your guys' ship now and you guys know what to do with it. You guys are... wait, actually, Laz, is this your first time in it? I can't remember.
So
Laz's
in the
first time in
backstory,
this,
we
yeah.
talked about that I've flown this ship before, but I don't care if you want to say that.
No,
this
that you're
is-
familiar with the ship, I think is what we
Yeah.
said, right?
Yeah. So we could, I could roll 2P, 3P, whatever you want. I don't care. It's all-
Roll 2P for the first time. But after
Okay.
that, it's going to be 1P just to kick this thing
Well-
on and to go.
And I'll assist you too, since I've been through it before.
And so it's 1 blue, right?
One
So
blue's
I've
fine.
got one rank, one yellow. So
Does it give
Yeah,
me-
one rank.
I already have ranks. Does it give me another rank?
Yes. For this one check, then you
Nice,
got to reduce
yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, you sit down in that seat and you know exactly what to do. You're super comfortable. You get this sucker turned on, all systems nominal. Everything is full and good to go. Nazar and Gideon are busy stocking up the ship with all the rations you got. And the doors open and the astromech droid that you guys did bring with you, don't worry, rolls in and it parks itself right here. We're going to have to find a token. Actually,
I'm making one right now.
look at you go. All right, we can add
Yeah,
him.
it's like I was a DM or something before. Yeah.
I was going to make it for next week, but if you're making it right now, great.
I'm making it.
I love that. I like it a lot. And do you have the power to add it to the sheet and whatnot, or do I need to do that?
You will have to do that, but that's fine.
Okay, we'll do that after the session wraps up. We can just hang out in Discord for a minute and get that situated. But he's right here behind you, and he can obviously help with mechanics checks, taking care of the ship, fixing shit. Any long jumps going into hyperspace, L799 is going to be your droid.
Great.
But you guys do not need to go into hyperspace because you guys are very, very close to the planet Ambria, which is the next closest planet past the moon Duxon that orbits Onderon. Your flight time with those advantages is going to be about 7 hours.
All right. Pre-flight checks are almost complete, gentlemen. Once we're off-world, looking at about a 7-hour flight. That's all I got. If you need anything from me, me and Shez will be up here.
There you go, Soma.
Beautiful.
I
Check
found
it
a
out.
black and white one. It looks sick.
There's the droid. We'll add him to the ship and all that in a little bit.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, you guys take off. You call the tower. You have clearance to leave. You leave the atmosphere. You see Onderon sort of shrinking behind you as you fly into space. And you now have a 7-hour journey on board the Ashen Angel as you head to Ambria.
Sick.
Any RP or anything you guys would like to discuss
think
or talk about? I'm
Me
assuming
and Gideon, as we're putting away supplies in the cargo hold, I want to give him some instruction.
So. Okay.
Gideon, I think it would be useful for you to learn how to do more than just anticipate your opponent's actions.
What?
I wish to set you on the path to being able to sense what they are going to do before they do it.
Sounds made up, Nazar.
Well, nothing is impossible with the Force. And with that, I am going to start instructing him on some exercises and stuff to prep him for if he should ever be able to sense things with the Force. Maybe we do the old Luke and Obi-Wan where you put the blast visor down and have to... maybe I give him my sword because it can reflect things so he doesn't get burned when he's successful. But yeah, I start running him through some rudimentary exercises to try and get him to be more perceptive of things via the Force than normal.
All right, you guys are going to both roll discipline checks. I want to see how good of a teacher you are, and I want to see how good of a student Gideon is. Would you consider this to be sort of a simple lesson?
Yeah, very rudimentary, beginners kind of shit. Stuff I learned in like the Sith monasteries back on home planet.
Sure. Roll me a 2P deception, or not deception, discipline. And Gideon, you're going to roll me a 3.
Ah! Aha!
All right. So, Nazar, I mean, you know what to do. You've been training this kind of stuff for quite a while since you were a kid. Gideon, you catch on quick because you're very smart, but this is all very new to you, and you do kind of stretch yourself out a little bit and take 2 strain as you concentrate really hard on what Nazar is teaching you. And Nazar, do you have any words that you'd like to say in this
At
training
the end, I
session?
say, yes, that was a decent first attempt. Your form is a little sloppy, but I'm sure with time you shall be right as rain. And when you feel a little more comfortable, maybe I can teach you some more advanced techniques. And then I sit in the awkward silence.
Anything, Gideon?
No, I think Gideon just nods.
Cool. All right.
With
Yeah,
that,
you guys spent a few
go,
hours on that.
I'm gonna go bunk up and rest for a minute.
So I will say, this is the captain's quarters or the ship's owner, and this would be like the pilot's room. But you guys do not
Okay.
have to take that. If you guys
Okay
want to
with
divvy
that.
this up in other ways, you can. But this would be like crew quarters.
Crew quarters, yeah. Okay.
But you could take the smaller room if you want. You could take. I mean, you are the owner of the ship, so it is up to you guys to divvy out.
Oh,
how
I'm
you want
definitely
things.
taking the owner's suite. Jesus, yeah, for sure.
That would give Laz this room then, so he's close to the
Laz
cockpit.
doesn't. Like if asked, Laz will say he doesn't care. Where he gets a bed, that's exciting.
Yeah, there's a computer in here though where you can look at the ship systems. This is like the pilot's room, and you're close to the cockpit as well.
Yeah, and like star charts and like do navigation and stuff like that. So that makes sense.
But yeah, Laz is gonna look at Schnez and just say, hey, I know you said you work on contracts. Now I'm not a rich man, but if anybody tries to bid you away from us, let me know and I'll outbid them if I can.
That's a very generous offer. Speaking of which, I should check in with my former employer now that Otis has been dealt with. If you
I
don't
lock
mind.
I lock the cockpit. Go
Cool.
ahead, they can't get in here.
So Schnez is gonna look at L7.
Oh, L7, we don't need you right now. I unlock it. Go check on the engines. Make sure they're up to snuff.
Can you guys hear the whistling?
Yep.
I heard it. Yeah.
Cause I didn't see.
Loud, but I heard it. Yeah.
I would.
It was quiet, but I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my gate. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but yeah, it whistles and fucks off.
And then once it's gone, I'll lock the doors.
Cool. Yeah, he's just excited to have a job. He doesn't give a fuck, and he heads to the engine room to look over stuff. He's like, I don't know, like, where would he be? I don't know. He's back somewhere. Cool. All right, Schnez, go for it.
So Schnez is gonna open some long range comms to Bropa.
Yeah, okay. Give me a 2P computers. Actually, you know how to do it. Give me 1P computers. Perfect. Yeah, it takes a few minutes, but you get a call out, and Oleg, he answers. Do you remember this guy? More of a heavy set guy, looks a little sophisticated. And he answers, and you can see him on the screen. Actually, let me move your token. Is there a screen there? Yeah, there is. You can see him on the screen. He can see you, and he says, who do we have here? Schnez. I hope you have good news.
I do have good news.
And then he switches over to Hatiz.
Mm-hmm.
And continues to give him an update that Otis has been killed. The droid was not able to be recovered. And is wondering if there's a next assignment.
He says, He kind of just listens. You hear his voice sort of, quietly away from the microphone. And he comes back and he says, ah, oh, well done, Shnaz, well done. Yes, Bropa is quite pleased with this news. Next time you're somewhere where you can access, let me see here. Give me a second. Next time you have access to a bounty hunters guild, you'll have 20,000 credits waiting. That was the payment, right? It was an extra. I can't remember how many extra credits you were gonna get if you had the droid, but was it 20 or 23,000 credits in total? Because you haven't been paid yet for. Were you paid for talks?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the Tox payment and the Bropa payment, but you didn't get the droid. I believe it's going to be 23,000 credits is what you were owed. Yes, 23,000. So Oleg says, you'll have your 23,000 credits waiting for you next time you go to a Bounty Hunters Guild. It's already been sent to your account. Well done. And then you suddenly hear him say, oh, one moment. And in the background you hear, Tapu Pondo, Nezlek, Tuntampatushin Tumbo. And Oleg kind of listens for a minute. He comes back and he says, Bropa is, well, extremely pleased. He would like to invite you to his palace for a feast. You're more than welcome to bring your crew, of course. He is so happy to see Otis the Despicable dead. And bring proof, of course, though we believe you. I think Bropa would appreciate some sort of trophy, if you will.
And I switch back to basic.
Well, there's not much left of his ship or Otis himself. I'm sure this news will reach you soon. I appreciate the offer. However, my current shipmates do not seem to be fans of the Hutt Empire. So I would tread lightly on an invitation. But I do appreciate it and am humbled by the offer.
Oh, what a shame. If I were you, I would think that through and probably not skip a feast with the great Bropa the Hutt. But you must do what you will. You are a busy bounty hunter, after all, and quite a capable one. There's no set date. You can come whenever you'd like. They'll be excited to see you, and a trophy isn't even necessary. As soon as he gets word, I'm sure there will be a quiet celebration among the Hutt families. Again, well done. And you most definitely have a friend with Bropa the Hutt. And he gives you a smile and cuts the feed.
So Snow just kind of turns the comms off and turns to Laz.
It appears that I am currently up for hire.
Yeah, well, the share of whatever we get is what's going to have to cover it currently. Like I said, I'm not a wealthy man, but I do want to give you some free advice. I'm not telling it. I don't like to tell anybody who to work for or anything like that. Be careful. Huts are fickle. They like you one minute, they'll kill you the next.
The Huts have saved me and my people more than once at this point. But I
Again,
understand your advice.
I'm not trying to. I don't know about that, but I bet you that they had something to gain.
They likely did. So for now, it seems that our paths will continue. And I look
Sounds
forward to
good to
getting
me.
to know you more again.
Same here. Same here. Need someone with their feet solidly on the ground, right? Around here.
Well, I believe I'm going to retire,
All right. I
unless
unlocked.
you want a break.
No, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's only 7 hours. I unlocked the door.
Honestly, if you want, the astromech droid can like take over as you guys are just. If you guys have like a set destination, the droid can monitor stuff and alert you if he needs you to show up. But that's part. I mean, that's his job, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll. How far out are we right
You still have
now?
about 3 hours to go.
Yeah. Then alert me in 2. Like, let me rest for 2 hours, and then that's what I'll tell L7.
Sure, yeah. Everyone can kind of take a power nap, get some food, relax. There's a shower on board. Yeah, everyone can kind of just hang out. Does anyone have any final things they want to do on board the ship?
I think Gideon is just sitting on his bed, meditating, focusing on Ambria.
All right.
Schnaz, are you going to stay in the cockpit or are you going to go to the crew bunk?
No, I'm gonna kind of just like tuck in and put my head down a little bit while staying in the cockpit.
I'm actually going to step out. I'm going to look down the hallways. And I'm going to see L7 in the cargo hold, or like, wherever the engine. I think these computers are like engine computers.
Yes.
So
is L7 in the cockpit to kind of take over, or Schnez, are you just handling stuff right now?
Oh, I thought L7 was going to take over. That's why I was going to rest
okay.
for a little bit.
But
Yes.
you could have, while that whole talk to Bropo was going on.
You could
L7
be.
needs
Yes,
time.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, then I'm gonna retroactively say that that's what I did.
Sure.
Because
Yeah,
I will
you can
see
go
the
visit your
cockpit
droid.
closed.
Yeah.
I hear some mumbly voices, but then I'm like, whatever. And then I just go to the cargo hold. And I say,
He's over here.
L7, what are you doing in the cargo hold?
Yes, he kind of whistles and just says, checking engines.
Interesting. And who gave you that command?
He says Deveronian.
I nod and I say, as you were. And then I go back to my quarters and rest. And then the events play out and we are back where we were.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, everyone's kind of rested up. Gideon, take one strain off, but you still have one left after you kind of rest. You guys are flying through space, doing your thing, and about an hour out, Laz, you get pinged that you guys are getting close, and you can go back to the cockpit and sort of prepare to find a suitable place to land. But you don't actually know where to land, where to go, and you might need some semblance of guidance from someone who could sort of feel that out, if I may. So yeah.
So I'll do like all like open comms to all. So I don't know where exactly we're going. If any of you have like a map to some landing pad or something, or know where I should be going, feel free to head up to the cockpit and let me know.
I knock on the crew quarters and I say, Gideon, I assume you know where we're going.
I have a decent feeling. I hope, and as I'm walking,
Well, go on in. I'll just stand in the doorway.
Hey there, Slugger. Where we landing?
it's a fucking great question.
Yeah, so you guys.
Silva, do you need a check for me or something?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a couple of checks here. First, Gideon, roll me just a flat force check. Nothing else attached. Just let me see how the force is treating you right now.
And you have a force rating of 2, so remember
How
that.
do I do that?
Two white dice at the top
2 white
of your
dice?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
As you get closer to Ambria, you're definitely strong with the force right now, which is great. and you're looking at sort of a chart. You see like uh, a plane in the distance. You're not very close. I mean, you're close-ish, but you kind of look at the map and you close your eyes and you sort of concentrate and you're scanning it, and then you look up and you guys all look out the window and you see in the distance, getting closer and closer and closer, the planet Ambria. And as
I
you
think
are,
I whisper. Hold on. I whisper to Gideon. And I say, "Yes, that's right. Reach out, sense it."
okay, now you're going to roll me because of the force being with you so powerfully, roll me a just 1p, 1 blue discipline check, please, and add the force die into your roll. So keep the 2 force die in the pool.
1B,
and
1P. Okay.
1p, 1b discipline. Keep the force die activated. All right. So you channel the force, and that dark side pip helps as well. The advantage is great, and you know that you need to land in sort of the southern hemisphere around this region, this like mountainous region here. Oops.
Mm.
And as you guys get closer and closer, you continue to concentrate and give me one more final check. Same roll.
Discipline again?
Same exact roll.
Okay.
Yes, as you get closer, you feel it even more. And you know to land sort of like right here in this like valley next to this massive mountain range. And that is where you start to fly. Laz, as you guys pull in through the atmosphere of Ambria toward that location, Laz, give me a 2p computers check.
All right, hold on a second.
And Shinez's
Anyone assisting me?
gonna assist you.
Do you have any points in computer, Schnaz?
I have 1.
That helps.
Or no, I'm sorry, I don't. Not computers.
Hmm.
That's the mechanics.
Then it's
It's
just the
still
blue. Yeah.
still blue, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So you successfully do this computers check, and as you get closer, you see that there is some seismic activity happening in this area of the planet, and it is pretty unstable for the most part. So you can't exactly go to the perfect point of where Gideon was telling you guys to go, which is pretty on, like he knows exactly where to go, but you can't land there because of the seismic activity, because it's not suitable. And as you get closer to land or find a suitable place to land, you see that where you're going to have to land is actually probably a couple days trek away from where the ship is going to have to get put down to where you're going to have to go. And you can tell the crew that if you'd like.
Yeah, so there's a lot of seismic activity right here. If I put the ship down here, we're likely to have issues. The only landing spot I can see is a couple of days away, so we'd have to truck it out on foot.
It's close by. It's if you were flying, it'd be fucking fast, right? But on foot, it will take a couple days. Yeah.
So it's like we'll
It's the
land
safest
there,
place,
then
to land.
walking our asses down over here will take a couple days. Also, we'll have to be careful of seismic activity once we get in this area. Does anyone have opinions on that?
Zar just nods.
Well,
So be it.
if the seismic activity seems too much to keep the ship there, we should definitely land somewhere safe. We don't want to risk our way off of this planet.
What's your judgment, Laz?
All right, and I move the ship around and land at the safe site.
Okay. So you pull up to. I know it's probably doesn't look. It looks probably like Dathomir, but that's what I got. Sorry, boys. from the last campaign, but this is what I got.
All
I
good.
tried hard to find something else, but bear with me. Bear back with me. Yeah, you roll me a 2p. Just roll me a 1p piloting space as you set this thing down without issue.
I will assist with that.
Sure.
I got one rank I'll throw into that. So
Yeah, you find the perfect spot to land, and you set it down without issue, like a fucking pro. As you land, there's a bit of a faint rumble, a tremble, and it just seems like there's probably some tectonic plates moving, and the mountains obviously are created from tectonic plates slamming into each other, and you guys are at the foot of a mountainous area of this planet, massive mountainous area of this planet. But where you're at, where you're landing, is super safe. It is the best possible place that Laz could have found. So good on you, Laz. Your ship will be completely safe here throughout the duration of your stay with that Triumph as well.
Nice.
So you guys land on the planet. It is in the middle of the day, and you are.
Can I do a force roll to see what my connection to this place is?
Absolutely. Just roll flat force for just roll your force die for this one.
So I am a dark sider, so
no, that's great. And now roll the same roll. Keep the dice in, the force dice in, but now roll discipline, 2p discipline.
Okay. Didn't keep the dice in. Oh,
roll it again.
No, it didn't keep your force die. Weird.
Yeah, roll it with the force die. Yeah.
There we go.
So the dark side of the force is with you, and you know, Nazar, that you need to be paying attention to Gideon, who seems to have some sort of connection with this. He wants to find this, whatever it is, that's on Ambria that's calling to him pretty badly. So
does the force inform me anything? Like, does this place have echoes of the dark side on it? Like, like if I were to land on Korriban or Dagobah, I would immediately pick up oh shit, this place is.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, to just kind of hang back and watch your pupil and see what he does, because you do feel a dark side presence, something that you can sense on Ambria.
I'm actually going to grab Gideon on the shoulder and say, this planet is strong in the dark side of the Force. Be wary.
Do I feel that? Do I feel the dark side connection, or do I feel something different somewhere?
You just feel the force. You're not sure. You're not as disciplined as Nazar. You feel there's some force presence here. You're called to it.
Right.
It's all the same to you though.
I'm not so sure it's dark, Nazar. I look back at you.
Oh, I'm very sure it's dark, and the dark side is a tool, nothing else. But you must be careful. For the untrained mind, it could lead one to madness. For those who are trained and willing to accept its gifts, it can give you great strength.
Gideon nods.
Beautiful. And if you guys would like, Laz can power down the ship, and you guys can step off the vessel onto the planet of Ambria. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah, dude.
Laz is gonna make a suggestion to Nazar.
Okay.
Hey, you might want to have your droid up here on alert.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea.
If we need something, you could contact them and then have them bring the ship to us, and we could figure out a way. Maybe do a barn swallow where it scoops us up somehow. I don't know, but you never know the craziness that happens on these weird planets.
That is very true. Go ahead and have that set up for me. I don't know how to work droids.
Yeah, so just command L7 to the cockpit, and then Laz, if you're giving Laz permission to also access the droid and utilize the droid, just give me a 1p computers check, and you can have that all set up easily.
Laz or me?
Laz. Yep, all good. If anything goes wrong, L7 can be contacted by Laz or Nazar or anyone on the crew if Nazar deems that okay. And
Yeah, that's fine.
L7 can come scoop you guys up.
Cool. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Right
Well-
after you, Chief.
Let's see what this planet has to offer us.
And with that, you guys power down the ship. L7 sits in the cockpit on standby. You guys walk off the ship. The access bay closes behind you with a hiss, and you're standing on a hot, disgusting desert planet of Las Vegas. Just kidding. Of Ambria. And the camera goes to black as we end episode 12 of Star Wars Shattered Frontiers.
Nice.
Beautiful. That was a fun one, fellas.
That was a good
great.
one.
Nice little setup and RP heavy session there. Beautiful. Everyone gets 15 experience, of course. And we're going to roll for the session MVP. Let's see here. Who was session MVP? Add option, add option. We got Nazar, we got Gideon, we have Laz, and we have Schnez. Create the poll. The police to police. I couldn't help myself, sorry.
God damn it.
And we only have a couple of people in chat, but please go ahead and vote if you are still hanging out, and you can click the link. Would love to have everyone vote. I feel like we should just vote as well because we're gonna need to.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna. This is a hard one. Before we vote, why don't you guys go over what you guys thought the best moment of the session was? Let's start with Al.
I think there's a couple of good RP sessions between like Schnez and myself, Schnez and Laz, and between Gideon and Azar. I really liked the Schnez and Brope a bit though, so I'm personally probably gonna vote for Zarian.
Beautiful. Rival.
I really enjoyed Nazar and Gideon's convos this session, and Gideon kind of getting more of a grasp on his force connection.
Beautiful. Walter.
As weird as this one is, I think one of my favorite moments was the droid vendor where the rolls didn't go our way. So it's just kind of like the weird moment. I don't know where I would vote. I think there was a lot of good moments between kind of the two split groups of players tonight. I don't know. I have to make a choice. I'm not sure.
All right, and Sticks, what was your favorite moment?
Really like the Gideon Nazar stuff. Also, really like the Schnez Laz connection. That stuff is really good too. So yeah, it's a tough one. Really is a tough one.
I liked that Schnez had to deal with some loss tonight. His precious Nina, his bug vendor, died. He expected happy-go-lucky Schnez would just show up and get his bugs, but that old lady died. She died happy, but also slightly sad that her best customer in years was gonna leave her. But she died singing and happy, and Schnez was kind of heartbroken with that, and gave the vendor next to where she would set up shop some credits. And because of that, I think I'm going to give it to Schnez. But it's a hard choice because I loved everyone's moments tonight. It's equal almost across the board in my eyes, but because of the sad little moment with Schnez, I'm going to give it to Schnez.
I feel like there was just a lot of good moments tonight.
Yeah. So we got 2 votes for Schnez, 1 for Laz, 1 for Nazar. Any other voters? Anyone else Is it? I'm assuming it's just the 4 of us that have voted, right?
Well, there should be 5 of us, right? It's 4 players, 1 DM.
Or 5 of us, rather, is what I meant to say. Go ahead and vote if you guys haven't. It looks like Shnez and Laz have a tie. Chat, anybody want to break this tie? Should we have a roll between Shnez and Laz to see who gets it? We could roll a... Oh,
There it is.
there it is. Laz, our pilot who expertly landed the ship on Ambria, it appears is going to be our winner.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
You get a free Destiny point next session on Monday. Next session will be on Monday, I hope, right? We're good to go Monday, fellas?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Sweet. That's going to be June 26th at 7 p.m. PT. We'll see what the crew gets into on this new planet. I'm super excited. I have a lot of cool stuff prepped for Ambria, and I think the crew and you guys are going to like it. So, boys, thank you as always for playing tonight. And chat, all 1 of you, 6 of you. I think there's actually 2 viewers tonight, which is fine. I think most people are used to the Darkest Hour or Daisy at this point on this channel. But those of you that are hardcore Star Wars RPG nerds along with us, thanks for hanging out and watching tonight. Yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. PT. This has been episode 12 of Star Wars Shattered Frontiers. Till next time, have a great night. Have a good week. See you later. Goodbye.